ऐसे का ऐसा हुआ, एनडीटीवी कवर करता है, आज तक कवर करता है. People have committed suicide because recovery agents have started harassing. Let me just tell you one example. This was okay. ICICI is doing it. Unfortunately, ICICI is using the securitization, right? Unfortunately, right, it is being using it in a negative context, and they have taken a very bad publicity hit because of that. ये तो अभी shares गिरने के पहले उनका नाम का थोड़ा there was a problem, okay, because they started initiating charges. But I want to give you one reference which I read distinctly in '98. There was this dentist who was driving his car. I distinctly remember this case, you know, and right, I remember it because of the irony also. Okay, he was driving his car, traffic signal के उधर रुक गया, pedal road. Okay, suddenly 4-5 guys came, pulled him out of the car, threw him on the ground, took away the car and drove away. He was wondering what happened. Suddenly he realized, right, that they were recovery agents of Citibank. They were recovery agents of Citibank. Excuse me, ICICI बार-बार आप बोलते हो ना सर, पहला आप पूरा थोड़ा रिसर्च कीजिए. I am not defending ICICI, मैं ऐसा आप प्लीज मत बोलिए. But I am only trying to tell you this practice was there earlier also, but अभी highlight में आ गया. Now I'll give you the closing line of this. इसके लिए मेरे को एक केस बार-बार याद रहता है. Now the last line is the punch line. It was a case of mistaken identity. The guy filed a case. He won damages from Citibank. That's how I remember this case. He filed a case and won damages. That stuck in my memory. कभी हुआ, as a student I read it यार, मेरे मन में था. And now I get a feeling, right? You're all saying, all banks were doing it. And yes, I am not supporting. As per rule, the asset will be transferred only after full payment. I understand the methods adopted are not legal, but I would not get into a discussion for that. Hire purchase, 3-4 lines, and then all your questions, please. Hire purchase, on the other hand, is where the asset is transferred to the user. In this case, the user gets both the right to use as well as the right to depreciation. However, legally, the asset is transferred only after payment of the entire hire purchase rentals. Entire hire purchase rentals. Can I take your questions? Huh. Huh. It's a very good point. In fact, you're forcing me to think. Honestly, I have not analyzed this case, but I can take a call. Okay. In fact, both to my friend and Santosh Saab also. Right. I have not analyzed this case, but whatever I have read, I have always seen them going for leases, which clearly shows that the benefits that they see, they would have done their NPV IRR calculations. Same, ये सब financial benefits का tool आपके पास है, NPV IRR. The entire cash flow they would have checked. Case 1, case 2. Case 1 is leasing, case 2 is hire purchase. Santosh Saab, I have not seen a case like this, but I can take a call blindly and tell you that it is obvious that when they did the cash flows, they would have realized the benefits which come from leasing is better than going for hire purchase. Possible. And plus, they were looking at right, saving on the higher charges in case of higher purchase. Because in leasing, you end up paying 15, but higher purchase, you end up paying much more because say just like an EMI. Just like an EMI. So in an EMI, what you are doing, okay, is when you're paying an interest plus part principal. Same way, here when you pay a higher purchase, partly is for usage, partly is for owning the asset. It is distinctly higher than this. But having said that, I really like both of you rather, right? Obviously, they would have done their NPV calculations, right, which was taken off into account. See, when you take a case on project finance, आज बहुत ज़्यादा बोल रहे हो आप, I understand why, but बोलिए हाँ. Good one. No, but in class you have mentioned it, so thank you again. And derived is you. Thank you. Right? I didn't know this honestly. Metal fatigue. Can you repeat it a bit loudly for the benefit of the audience, please? Pardon? No. Depreciation is good. You brought it up. Again, I'm going back to accounting. I'm sorry, but I need to tell you, depreciation is standardized. Rates are sorry, but I'm not stepping into anybody else's territory. सुनिए, नहीं होता है, lifetime के ऊपर नहीं बनता है depreciation. Alamgir, that's what I'm trying to again correct that version. This should have been corrected long back. Good, you brought it up. Depreciation rates are fixed. ऐसा नहीं होता है कि grinding machine के लिए 10%, rolling machine, it's machinery, right? Computers. It's a very general heading. Are you getting the logic what I tried to say? तो एक होता है, right, machinery, उस पे grinding ये वगैरह सब पड़ता है, computers, ऐसा होता है. तो whether it's a rolling, grinding, anything they get that 20%. फर्क कभी आता है? Are you using it for one shift? Then you get 20%. Are you using it for two shifts? Then you'll get 25%. So if you see income tax, I'll step in here, right? Thank you for the comment on metal fatigue, right? See, please understand, Income Tax Act, right? This is accounts, but it's a pleasure clarifying. When you go by income tax WDV, written down value, they only talk about block of assets. Block 1, block 2, block 3. उसमें they don't give you finer, ये machine के लिए ये इतना नहीं कर सकता ना, even without blaming the government or without holding fort for them, right? How can you have enough? तो aircraft मतलब डाल के निकाल देते हैं, right? Simple, right? So it is not machine wise, please remember this. And what is more important is, one second, no, I'll take your question, sir. वो आप जो life बोलते हो ना, it's a very good theory, but in practice, right, I can't decide the WDV rate. I don't have a choice. I have to go down. Sooner, sir, can I get any book from you? Just give me a book. I have to just go down as an accountant. Okay, I'm not teaching finance, but it's a pleasure clarifying. As an accountant, I have to open income tax WDV rate, put it, period. उसके आगे मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. मैं क्या use करूँ, क्या नहीं use करूँ. And sir, sorry, but I have to speak off the record. Just imagine अगर इनको depreciation rates अगर corporates को decide करने दिया, India है boss, right? ठीक है, anyway, great country. हाँ, continue. हाँ, बोलो. This is accounting terms. नहीं बोलो क्या? This is yeah, it is fixed. It is in fact this is these what I clarified. Ribu is the rates are fixed as per WDV. It is not a finance term that I'll see 5 years utility. I will take this. Income tax says you take whatever rates, and I was a bit sarcastic, and I was actually cracking a joke. If you allow corporates to decide, you understand what they'll do. They will adjust their entire profit and loss account with this WDV. वो goal seek करेगा बार-बार इसके ऊपर, right? I'll like to take a small break, come back, and I am not rubbing price to book value. I'll start with price to book value. Sir, I am in charge, sir. आप ऐसा क्या कर रहे हो? अच्छा, break दिया तो I am not in charge.